Came out a little rough in the first half. Went in the halftime and made some key adjustments, and we came out and played the type of football that we're accustomed to playing, the type of dominant football that we're accustomed to playing. We look forward to this opportunity to play against one of our dear friends, Coach Dancy from Mississippi Valley, and it's going to be a task, regardless of the record and what it may indicate. He's going to have those guys ready to play football. He always does. They know us, we know them. It should be a great game, great home game as well. I admire him. I pray for him. I love him dearly as a brother. I wish I could help him even more. So with the tribulations and trials that he has there in Mississippi Valley. But we got to get on the field. You know, no matter how fond I am of him for those 3 hours, we got to play dominant. Not whatsoever. We just want to go out there and play the type of football that we're accustomed to playing. And we're trying our best to put together 2 halves of consistency. The word of the week is consistency, and that's what we want to be. Consistent in practice, in games, and every aspect of our team. Consistency. Well, we have been able to come out with a great start. We're often having a lackluster performance in the first half, and I'm trying to analyze everything as a coach and figure it out to see how we can better our first halves, because I don't know what's going on. Then we get in the halftime, we make the adjustments, and we talk to them the way they need to be spoken to, and they come out soaring. So we just gotta try to handle the first half as best as we can, a little better than what we've been doing. Well, it's not a lot of changing that we're doing, but the coordinators are still great. It's just doing the little things right, and that comes from personnel, not the coaches. The coaches are calling great games. They're putting them in a position to make plays, but one missed block there, a fumble here, a fumble there, a blown coverage here, bad route there. We just got to get those things correct if we want to be great.
Stood out to you?
Miles Gaddy is playing his butt off, although he didn't register a sack this past weekend, but he's playing his butt off. The linebackers in Aubrey's playing their butts off in the middle, and Cam on the back end, my God, he's Mr. Consistency for us. He's been that since the day he stepped on this campus. He was that for me in high school, so I know him well, and I know what he's capable of. With that being said, we're still playing dominant football on that side of the ball, and we're still missing 3 starters. So we can't wait to get those guys back in the realm and see how much more dominant we can be on that side of the ball. Practice at a certain pace, at a certain speed, at a certain ferocity. Like, we just got to go get it, man. We got to want it daily, and it starts in practice. There's no timeline. There's no injury update. They'll be coming around the mountain when they come. Dallas hasn't emerged. Dallas been Dallas. We just got to get him the ball a lot more. Dallas is a darn pro, man. He's a pro. The way he approaches practice, the way he approaches games, the way he takes care of his body, the way he gets his treatment. He's never late to anything, always on time or early. Dallas never complains. Dallas is a pro. He's the kind of guy, when he have a drop, cool, we good, because I know you're going to make that up. He's that kind of kid, and I'm proud of him. This kid is, I think he's changed the face of the offense. The face meaning we're not just a drop-back passing team. We can turn around and hand that thing off and be just as potent. I mean, I think he's gone over 100 in the last 2 weeks. Probably would have went for 100 in the first week if we had started him. But he earned it. He earned the job, and he's doing a phenomenal job, and he's a banger. He's something to deal with, because when he gets to the second level, there's not too many defensive backs want to see that coming. This kid, he practices this way. When you see it at practice, you know you're going to see it at the game. So the thing about it, you got to see it at practice before you even have an opportunity to see it in the game. So what we see in the game and what you see in the game is what we see at practice consistently. And he's a great kid, by the way. He's a great, humble kid. If we did a lineup when they didn't have no jerseys on, you wouldn't be able to pick him out from a lineup. because he's really nonchalant, low key. But when you say hut, he gonna go get it, and I love that about him. Well, I can't count that the first season, the first spring. I can't count that as a season. I didn't know them; they didn't know me. It's like playing pickup football, man. You know, we had a bunch of guys in the locker room that probably didn't know the shape of a darn football and the nuances of the game. And we did what we did. I think we split 500, we won. I think 3 lost 3. I was thankful we didn't have to play the last game. So these are totally different individuals. These guys that we have in this locker room now, they have a burning desire to make it to the next level. They take this game serious. They know this game can rescue generations and give wealth to generations. So they're serious about it. Unlike when we first got here, there was no seriousness. There was no sense of urgency. There was no desire to win and be dominant whatsoever. Those guys that we brought in here, they have that, and I'm proud of them. Not only I'm proud of them, I'm proud of the coaching staff. Probably Gaddy. Gaddy is probably the one that has turned on the light switch, and he's playing up to his ability. I mean, he can go get it. He can do it. He's a pro. When he wants to be dominant, he can be dominant, and that's what he's doing this year. Well, that's on the coaches. You can't look past Valley, especially when Valley almost beat us a year ago, so it's hard to look past a team that had you on the ropes last year, although I know it was inclement weather and the field wasn't up to par. They had us on the ropes. And I know Coach Jancy's going to coach their butts off. So you got to throw the records out of here and say, guys, this is what we got to do. The Scout Report was phenomenal. The coaches did a great job with their presentations today, and the kids are up to the challenge. We just got to have consistent practices, which turn over to the game. I think we've been challenged. We've been pitching dominant from day one. So don't underestimate the way they work and what they deserve. They played their butts off as well. And for them to hit that light switch at halftime to come out and show you how they really are and who they really are was phenomenal to me. So don't underestimate them just because they're being dominant. That was the thought process of this entire season. And we're not going to stop there. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We just want it consistently. Offense, defense, as well as special teams, as well as coaching, support staff as well. It's not just the kids on the field we want to be dominant. We want our support staff as well. The trainers, equipment managers, and everyone supporting this organization. We want everyone to have a winning attitude. But first and foremost, we have a gym full of water, so we should never run out of water, and the fans should never not have water. We have a gym full of water. We just got to get the water over to the stadium. Secondly, all these guys aspire to go to the NFL, don't they? What time are NFL games?
1 p.m.
Why do you think I made them at 1? Because I wanted them to get ready for the NFL. That's how it's going to be. It ain't no shade over the NFL fields. It's indoor stadiums at some schools, but at 1 o'clock, man, we did that on purpose.